What quality or qualities best describe the reporter or reporters you admire or admired?
I would say probably steadfastness of character, being of someone who is more of a calm person who doesn't get so agitated over everything. Now, granted, there are always going to be those times when they are going to have a tough day and they're going to make some kind of a, I don't think anybody's going to make a scene, but the ones who can do it best are the ones who exhibit that steadfastness of character and professionalism that makes them a good reporter.
If a career counselor interviewed you, how would you describe the profession and why should someone become a reporter?
I would describe the profession as it is probably the most difficult thing you'll ever love. It's one of those that it requires a lot of effort to put into, but you get so much out of it. It requires somebody who has a base knowledge of just about everything, because one day you're going to be listening to somebody talking about how they're doing brain surgery, and 3 days later you're going to be listening to somebody from West Tennessee talking about how they brung their wife over to the barn. So it requires, you have to be able to speak all kinds of vernaculars. It's one of those professions where you get to learn the most intimate details about everyone else's life and the way that they do business. And it's, like I said, it's probably the most difficult thing you'll ever do, but you'll love the most.
What advice would you have for others pursuing the profession?
I would say that if you're pursuing this profession now, you need to understand that you're going to be dealing with people at their worst moment most of the time in your career. And realize in your life that what's going to be happening around you is not what life is really all about. So as long as you keep a positive attitude about it and realize that somebody else is having a bad time, you don't have to, then I think you'll do okay.
Describe for us the importance of the National Association to you.
I joined the National Association when I was still in school. I thought that at that time, and I still think today, that a gathering of like-minded professionals is the best place in the world for us to be able to carry forward with any kind of agenda that we need to see through. I think that a National Association will be able to look at the diversity of opinion between California, the Midwest, Nevada, and New York, and be able to find the common ground where we can all advance that profession. We won't find that in only our state associations because we become so insular and isolated. But the National Association of Professionals is where we truly will get where the lifeblood and the pulse of this association, of this group of professionals is. And that's why I think national is very, very important to us.
Did you ever sense that there was a political realm within the association? And if so, has that been divisive, do you think?
There's a political realm in every association, in every business, in every church, in every family. There's going to be politics played because somebody wants to influence somebody else to do something the way they want it done. So do I think it's divisive? Yes. Do I think it's going to change any? No. Do I think it's positive? Yes. I think it's all those things all at the same time, because politics plays a part in everything we do. So I just don't see it as being that big of a problem. For example, I may be one of the only people that you're probably going to run into that's been up before the nominating committee 8 times and has failed to be nominated. So, you know, to me, I think that's politics. But on the other hand, has it made me decide I want to quit and not join the association, not be involved? No. If I'm not going to be on the board, I'll be doing something beside it. So I think politics exists, but I don't worry about it too much. You just have to work around with whatever it is.
Other than the structure and the outcome of the nominating committees over the last few years, what other mistakes has the association, in your mind, made? What could they have done differently that would put us in a better position today?
I think truly that if we want to get members back in this association, we need to stop thinking of where we can get members. We know where we can get members. They've left us. We need to get people that go and join them, like missionary teams, 1 or 2 people at a time, to go and visit with that person and find out face to face, handshake to handshake, why it is they've left, what it is we can do, and invite them to come back. They're there. We don't have to wonder about where we're going to get those people. We have got those people. They were here. They were joined. They had belonged at one spot, at one point. But we need to get them back by being people to them. I don't think that this association has grasped that yet. We have tried over the last 10 years that I've seen of having campaign after campaign after campaign. You can't advertise to get people. You have to invite them to belong. That's what I think.
Can you describe the difference or differences between the first convention you ever attended and this one?
I think the first convention I attended would have been in San Diego, and it was warm but not blisteringly hot like it is here. And we probably had 3 times the number of people that were there. And as a young puppy reporter that I was when I first attended, it was truly frightening for me. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't really know anybody because I was from Wyoming. And you had to understand, Wyoming being the 9th largest state with the smallest population of all the 50 states, we had 50 reporters total in the state, basically. And as a reporter where I was at the time in Lander, I had about 150 miles between me and the nearest other court reporter besides my dad. So seeing all these court reporters together was kind of strange and frightening, and I didn't know what was going on. And now I know a lot. When I come back now, after having gone to every association meeting that I can for the last 20 years, I'm seeing old friends. I'm back into my comfort zone. It's probably the only time in my life that my wife can't out-talk me to other people because I know more people than she does. So that's the difference for me.